Hey guys, welcome back to the next deployment method. So that is the external stage method. Now do remember the external stage method requires you to turn off the JVM and turn it on after the external deployment is completed. So we'll make sure that the JVM is turned off. So I'm just shutting down the server here. All right, so let's go to do the deployment. So now as we have, we need to enable the deployment for the external stage method because it's something which is by default you don't have it displayed over here. So if you just go to the normal deployment method, you can see that default defined by the deployment target. So that's one thing, and that's the same thing as the copy this application onto every server. Every target is basically the stage method. This is no stage method, but external stage method is not part of this, your default deployment. So we just need to go to the server, select the server. If it's a cluster, then you need to go to all the cluster members one by one and change this. So go to the server, go to deployments, and there is option of stage, no stage, and external stage. So select that external stage. This is what it is talking about in terms of it is talking about your default defined by the deployment target. So this is basically the deployment target, which is your manage server one, and this is the default one which it talks about. So we are changing this to external stage. Save this change, activate the change, and then go to deployment. Let's just do a deployment of a dummy file. So let's just target a dummy file because you need to target some file, and this is where you can upload a file. So if you want to upload a file from your system to the server, you can use this one to upload the file. So here we have the delete version 1, so select that. So it's a dummy file, so it doesn't matter what you select because the property of an external stage mode is that you should be manually copying the EAR file into the stage folder of your application, because external stage mode does not allow any kind of a shared drive or anything like that. So external stage mode means every managed server you need to go and manually place the files by yourself. So that's called external stage mode. So do remember that. So just select this dummy file as of now, and then select it as an application, select the cluster. So you need to have the change on both these servers. Yeah. So I'm just running with managed server 1. So I'm not working with the 2 version. So I'm not going to touch that one. So just give next. Here, just go with this one only, default defined by the deployment descriptor. We have changed at the default level. Here, do not select any of this because it will become different mode. So just click on finish and have this application go to the initializing state, and then activate changes from here. And once activate changes, then go and start the JVM. So just like go to controls, and then you can start your application, but it won't start because your JVM is down, which is your managed server. So you can still see the new state over here. So go to server, go to control, select the server, just hit the start button. So they should get the started. So now just let's look at the logs. You can see that the JVM is starting now. So now it will deploy the application as well. When it starts, I want to see this application state in the active state. So you can see that there is a fail, right? Now failed, why it's coming? Because as it's a external stage mode, so you can show you inside the server, domain home server. As of now, I'm using only manage server 1. So manage server 1, you have the stage folder, right? You see the folder name of your deployment. The deployment folder name, this is the name of your deployment, right? So if you just go over here, this is the name of the deployment. Folder is there, but the problem is like content is not there. So if you see that, if you see that, you see the folder name, content is not there. So which means that I have to manually copy from OPT, dump, EAR, and then tele v1. then tell you v1.ear to this, to this folder, and then you will see this application when you start it back again. So just go to start, also all request, hit yes, and then you should see your application came to active state. That's how you need to get your application working on your staging mode. External stage mode, right? So if you have any questions, please reach me out on the question section. I'll see you on the next video.